So I decided that I want to kind of not revamp, I don't think that's the word, like redo my, I almost said my kitchen upstairs. I am not firing on all cylinders right now. I want to redo my hall, the long hall in my bedroom. Get rid of stuff, what have you. And so, yeah. Sorry. A hiccup. And a burp. All in one. Anyway, but while I was talking to Joannie, she's making baby slippers, and so then I got on Pinterest, and that's a nasty little rabbit hole. And so, I started looking there, and I was like, I want to make them, and I see the one she made, all over, Pinterest, and I was like, why couldn't you do it in all one piece? And then I wasn't figuring out how she was doing it, and, we even video chatted, and I was like, oh my gosh, you should see my slipper. It's dumb looking. Is this the one? This isn't the one. This is the booty. So this is the toe, this is the bottom, this is the back, and then I made a little curly tie for it to keep it on the ankle. And so she was like, I was like, no, you have to see it. It looks dumb. And so she ended up coming over. Obviously, I'm alone right now. To show me, what it was supposed to look like. And she goes, it looks fine. Actually, I like yours better. Your toe is rounded, mine's flat. So, so then, I had yarn next to me, and she grabbed a needle and she started whipping one out, and hers did have a flat toe, but I don't know where hers is. I would show you, but I can't find it. I found a Bagheera butt. Anyway, and so she's making them, and then I was like, this is kind of fun. I want to make them too. And that's when I was like, jokingly, I made one without cutting yarn, and what have you. And yeah, that one's not a go, because it doesn't work like that. You really have to. And then, I said, yeah, you really have to do it in two pieces, I'm guessing. And she's like, yeah. And so I go to make one in front of her, and so it's a basic tee. And so I make the top of the tee, and then I start making the bottom, and she goes, no, you're supposed to actually attach it and then, do it on it. And I was like, oh, you said two pieces. I consider that one piece. So I made mine, the one I just showed you, in two pieces. So I did the top of the tee, and then I did the bottom of the tee, or the leg of the tee, whatever. And then I sewed it all together, and then I was looking at her, and I said, did you cut a piece of yarn to whip stitch it together? And she's like, yeah, didn't you? And I was like, no, I just made a tail on mine. And so so we both did them differently. I think it looks silly and way too small, but she says, no, it's really cute. And she's like, you gotta make another one. I was like, dude, I don't know what needle I even used. I was like, and I was just playing around. Oh, here's the first one. Can I get it? Okay, so there's the toe, there's the bottom, and this one I did all in one. And here's the, opening for the foot. And she's like, there's nothing wrong. It's supposed to be like that. But you can't just do that one on a whim. That one is a definite, you need to have so many rows on the top, so many rows on the bottom. And so then we're talking about my obsession with yarn and how much or how little, you know, depending on who you are, yarn you have, or I have. And so I have some projects. I'm really bad at starting them. Like, I have a little Afghan right here. It's a baby Afghan. And I start them. And so I was like, hey, Connor, can you bring down the yarn? And yeah, that started a escalation of all of the yarn coming downstairs. And all of my yarn is downstairs, so I'm going to show you guys. So there's that really tall container. That one has yarn, had yarn in it. And there's yarn and stuff on my thing. So this is a 75-gallon bucket. And so far, most of it's there. Those 3 egg crates are full of yarn also. So yeah, I have a little bit of yarn. And I started making, and I love this color, I started making baby booties. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to whip out a bunch of the top of the tees, and I'm keeping my needle with it. That way I don't, you know, forget, because that alters everything if you change needles. And I said, I'm just going to whip out a bunch of tees. I'm going to make my soles a different color, even. But I guess you're supposed to flip. So you put the sole down, and then you have the round part, and then you flip one over this way, you flip one over the other way, and then you attach all 3 at the toe. And you're supposed to do it the opposite for the other foot. And I'm like, dude, it's a baby foot. Does it really matter? And she goes, no, I wouldn't think so. But I guess it's preference. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. But we were rolling balls of yarn until 10 o'clock. So yeah, really late. And of course, yeah, no, that thought went nowhere. So yeah, I have some projects that I need to finish up or pull apart. There's one scarf, it's a Tahitian stitch that I don't know that I'm interested in finishing it up. But I have 2 baby blankets that are in the works. One, I have yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I sent Anthony over a year ago to the Hobby Lobby that was closest to us, which was like an hour and a half away. They said they discontinued it. Well, we now have a Hobby Lobby, and so I need to go over there and see if they honestly have it. And go from there. And then I need to get a hold of Joannie. Again, I sent her home with a bunch of yarn. She's like, I don't need to go to the store, I can just come shop here for yarn. And there were a couple ones I just gave her, you know, the whole skein, because I was like, I got enough, or I don't want this one anymore. Or like orange, I had 4 skeins, 4 or 5. I can see 4 here, and I know one or 2 has been wound up, and then she took, I think I gave her 1 or 2. I just told her a flat price, and then she went home with 4 or 5 bags, I think, of yarn. So yeah. I love this camera and this battery. I don't know which one it is, but this battery has been flashing that it's gonna die for a while now, and I'm still talking your guys' ear off. I don't think, yeah, I need to clean. I don't think I want to, though. And I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner. I have chicken thighs out, so I need to make something with that. But what that is, I don't know. So I'm sitting here, crocheting, and someone decided she needed attention. She is completely laying here. She is very comfy and happy. Her little purrs on. Yeah. Oh, big stretch.